What's up, wrestling fans? Tony Mango here with another edition of the Internet Wrestling Community Outreach portion of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast for the week. Let's start things off with the Smark My Words, one of my favorite comments that you guys had submitted out there in audience land. And a very early winner this week, Declan Macri, with his comment that we were referencing when we were talking about NXT, and we were joking around a little bit about the whole Charlottesville kind of controversy and Nazis and whatnot, and I got people messaging me in the background, but I'm not going to edit that out because why not? You know, it's just a little Facebook thing. So he had left a comment on there. He said, the N in NXT used to stand for Nazi, but then Zahra Schreiber got fired. And if you don't know what is funny about that, look her up. She was a very attractive former women's wrestler in the developmental system, and she never really got anywhere in her career because when she was still learning kind of, you know, the basics of how to be a wrestler in WWE, she had her situation with Seth Rollins, where it was like Rollins had kind of been involved with her, and, you know, a little bit of a controversy when it comes with that kind of a thing. But there was also an instance with her and her Instagram account. Now, her Instagram account had some like Nazi memorabilia or something like that, and she had made these comments that were very like racist and discriminatory and everything. So yeah, she got fired pretty quickly. So I thought that was really damn funny. I had totally forgot about the Zahra Schreiber stuff for a little bit there. So hats off to Declan for that, and big thanks of course to everybody else who left comments all over the place. When it comes to, you know, the YouTube video comments, that's the best place for you to get like noticed on that. Our Twitter account, we've been doing a lot of different stuff with Callum's been manning the Twitter for the pay-per-views, live tweeting and everything, so he's seen some good back and forth conversations with that. And there's also our Facebook group, which you can find at facebook.com/groups/themegamaniacs. And that's where we do our live chats for Raw and SmackDown, and we also do a live chat for the pay-per-views on there. And we also bullshit throughout the week, and we post different news things, and we just try to get the discussion going on different kind of topics and stuff. So if you are on Facebook, then you definitely need to be a part of that group. This week is the August mailbag special, so the questions that you guys have submitted for that are going to be taken care of. But as far as next month, when we're doing all the stuff with September, whenever that is, I haven't quite decided on yet exactly like the date that we're going to be recording that or anything, but if there's anything that you wanted to ask us for the August edition that you didn't get a chance to, whether it's wrestling related or not, submit it now, and I'll just backlog it, and when we get to that time in September, then we'll already have that in the bank. But if you don't submit it now, you always have a couple of weeks, and you can submit it later on, as long as you get it in before we do record it, and I'll let you guys know well in advance when we're going to be doing that, when I figure it out and everything. So that's something you should be aware of, and you can tweet at us with the Smark Out Moment #mailbag, or you can email us through the contact form of the website. Those are the two best ways for you to send in your questions, so go ahead and do that if you think of anything that you want to ask us. If you want to help support the growth of Smark Out Moment for the future, there's a couple things that you should be aware of. As far as monetary donations go, you can donate money directly with the PayPal button at the bottom of smarkoutmoment.com. The YouTube's fan funding little thingy dude bobber, I don't know what the hell it's called. I always keep calling it a module, but that seems kind of strange. But we also have a Patreon account, and another method that you could do that is by buying t-shirts and other types of merchandise over at our Redbubble and our TeePublic shops. And we also have 2 extra TeePublic shops for Fanboys Anonymous and for A Mango Tees. And I might do some other kind of stuff in the future, looking at some other different websites that maybe have some other alternative t-shirt kind of design options or whatever. But if you have any suggestions of that, let me know in the comments below. If you know something that's really, really good or something like that. Always something to, you know, keep aware of. But if you don't have the spare change to send our way, you can also help out in some other different ways. One of them is that you can spread the word about the website through the Sign Me Up initiative. For that, all you got to do is take a sign that says Smark Out Moment to a wrestling show and send me a picture of yourself holding it up. Speaking of which, big thanks to Peter Piccinini. He brought a sign to both SummerSlam and Monday Night Raw this week. So big old shout out to Peter. Thumbs up. Always showing some support for Smark Out Moment. Peter's one of our best fans when it comes to that kind of thing. And really like the king of sign me up. So thanks again, Peter, as always. So go ahead and do that. You know, why not? But the most important thing is that you should help us grow our social media accounts by liking and sharing our posts on Facebook, retweeting and following us on Twitter, giving each and every YouTube video a thumbs up, leaving your comments on those videos and on the website's pages, subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that already, hitting that little bell icon and checking off notifications helps quite a bit too. And you can share everything, whether it's an article or a video, on Reddit or on message boards or anywhere else on the internet. Just get our name out there, tell your friends, tell your family, see if you can get any kind of people to start joining in on some different things that we do, and everything else will help out quite a bit. So you can apply the same things to Fanboys Anonymous as well, because if one website succeeds and the other one succeeds, it's kind of back and forth 50-50. It's my sister website where I do my movie reviews and other kind of nerdy things on the superhero genre and some other kind of different topics here and there. We haven't been doing as much of that stuff lately because it's been kind of a one-man operation, but every so often, a little bit of video game content, a little bit of TV content, whatever it may be. So if you want to geek out with me on that kind of stuff, head on over to fanboysanonymous.com, follow the Facebook and Twitter accounts, subscribe to that YouTube channel, and do all the same stuff that you would be doing for Smark Out Moment. So the last thing to take care of here is the wrestling trivia question of the week, otherwise known as the Ask Him. And last week's question was about Bill Goldberg's undefeated streak because Asuka was heading into NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, where I thought that she would be losing that streak. She ended up beating Ember Moon, keeping it going. So, you know, why not? But the question for you guys was, who was the first person to defeat Bill Goldberg before Kevin Nash? And the answer for this one, oddly enough, Chad Fortune. Whoever the fuck that is. He beat Goldberg on July 24th, 1997 on an untaped dark match for WCW Saturday Night. So yeah, Goldberg did lose before Kevin Nash. That's the first person that beat Goldberg. So, hey, a little bit of history knowledge. I had to look it up. I didn't know it off the top of my head. But speaking of history, we got the bracketology for the Mae Young Classic after SummerSlam last night is when I'm recording this. I mean, I'm doing this right after Monday Night Raw and right after I just did the hot tags, even though I'm probably not going to be posting it up until Tuesday or Wednesday or so. But I had figured out, you know what, let's go with a Mae Young question here. So, question for you guys, pretty simple one here. Who did Mae Young defeat in her last match? If you think you know the answer, you want to leave a guess, you want to toss anything else out in the comments below, go ahead and do that, and I'll tell you the answer next week, as well as what's probably going to be our final Ask Him. We might switch over into, like, the Twitter kind of capacity or something, but maybe not. I don't really know. It's episode 300 is next week. I figure that's as good a time as any to kind of stop the IWC outreach, so maybe that's not going to continue either. I still haven't quite decided all the minutia of everything yet, but at least for now, that's this episode 299, IWC Outreach. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure that you stay tuned for everything else that's coming your way. The mailbag is going to be the next thing, and then, of course, the hot tags and so on and so forth. But for now, this has been another Smark Out moment, and I'm being counted out.